Don't look under the internet.
Of course, you fucking do.
Well, you know, it's been a minute, so
yes,
I need to come back.
The TMZ news had to have been fucking piling up. Are we doing a shot right now?
I have
Might
the
as
greatest.
I mean, all we had was like this much
it's
whiskey
not
in
a
a
lot.
bottle.
No, not
I also,
at all.
I don't think I've drank
I have not.
since the last time we recorded.
Okay, I have drank.
Are we
been
rolling?
Drinking, but we
Yeah.
bought.
Yeah?
We bought freeze
Yeah.
pops.
Perfect
That
timing.
what?
32 seconds.
So remember those freeze pops we had at Lake Geneva?
Oh, yeah.
We bought those for the move. So while we were moving, we were all like hot as piss and like sweating our dicks off. So we were just drinking water and eating those freeze pops while we were moving. It was a fucking hellish experience.
Because drunk as fuck.
because why not?
Mostly alcohol. Well, you know.
I have a Blue Moon.
Moon blue.
Cheers to your cerulean pickle.
What? Is that like a... That sounds like some sort of treasure that you find in like a Middle East...
Is there a
It's
treasure
a
in your bottle?
cerulean pickle.
Is there one in your bottle?
Is that
No, I
similar
mean-
to a blue waffle?
I don't know.
I hope not. What? We haven't even said hello. We haven't even said hello. Well, okay.
TMZ waits for no one and
Okay.
no intro.
Welcome to TMZ, the podcast, everyone.
Fine. Welcome to Don't Look Under the Internet, starring
Not a
Jason,
sponsor.
Jason.
Doug,
Yo.
and me, your mother.
Okay.
Also here with TMZ. I have the entire company sitting here with me. I was actually, this isn't a TMZ thing. I butchered it. This is my own experience, but they were there. They were there with me, so they were able to document it. It's fine.
I'm so happy that this is how we're
I was
starting
at
this.
the mall the other day.
We're just
when-
gonna skip over some
Shut
more
up!
important shit.
Shut up! We have this.
Yeah, I have some questions. Anyway,
I was at the
Jesus.
mall the other day when I thought I saw Drew Barrymore. Turns out it was just a giant plank of wood. I guess some things are just too wood to be Drew.
God damn it.
That's my magnum opus right
You
there.
know, I was gonna ask about, hey, Mike, you're here. Like, what happened?
Oh, yeah.
Like, what's going on?
Nothing. I had
What do you fucking mean, nothing?
I had a little bit of a calcium deficiency.
Sir, we put up flyers.
Aw,
Yeah.
that's cute.
We didn't know where the fuck you were, man.
What picture did you use?
No.
A bad one.
Oh,
You
good.
were the one where we took a picture for the SCP, like,
The photo shoot?
yeah. It's that
Great.
one. Where you're just
So-
kind of looking like...
Cool. Thanks for putting up missing flyers of me
We-
at my worst. That's really cool.
We thought if someone was going to find you, you were going to be clueless. So if we were going to put a flyer out,
If we don't put
it
up...
should make you look clueless.
Now, did you put my face on milk cartons?
Yeah, but they didn't get put into production.
No, they
Well,
said
they
this
will
Is
sometime.
they said this is a great idea. Yeah, in like
They don't
12 years.
They
they'll
don't
be
just
like, hey.
dump the milk out if you need to reprint off those cartons. No, they just use them anyway.
But okay, besides the fucking point, where the fuck were you? What happened?
I was just at home. I had a calcium deficiency, so I couldn't really like.
Do I have to play the audio for you?
What audio?
The fucking phone call we got?
Oh, that's just
Were you-
a jape. That's just a jape, a Josh, if you will.
A jape? That
So
sounds
we
slightly wrong.
We made flyers. We asked loved ones and friends.
I got so many phone calls from people that know you asking me if you were actually missing.
I had people at work that
It's
have no idea who
nothing.
you are
It's
asking me.
nothing. It's fine.
Oh.
You know what else is fine? Triangles?
I mean, his bird scooter proficiency is definitely back, but
It's been a minute.
I'm done with this
What?
whole thing.
That's fair, I guess. Anyway, we're talking about a certain triangle today. Not like your everyday run-of-the-mill basic
an
ass triangle.
isosceles
No,
or-
or an acute. This is like perfect I think a perfect triangle is an isosceles triangle. Isn't it?
Yep.
You're thinking obtuse. It's not obtuse. It's not acute.
No,
it's isosceles. Isosceles nuts.
If I was being...
Obtuse, rubber goose, green moose, chocolate.
I was just... Chocolate poo? Nope.
Nope. No, don't go that.
Anyway, welcome everybody to Don't Look Under the Internet.
your mother's favorite podcast.
I know we've been
She
slightly
wants you to
understaffed
put
lately.
a jacket on. It's chilly outside.
Speaking of mothers, your mother hit us up on
Yeah.
the YouTube.
Oh my god, your mom was looking for you too.
My mom.
And
Yeah.
you know what? I just had the greatest realization. I'm going to get to meet your mom at your wedding.
Yeah. Well,
Oh my god.
stay away from the head table, you ass.
Doug, I'm gonna invite you to sit at the head table.
I'm gonna be fucking going around greeting everybody. I'm gonna look over and just see Doug just leaning by my
Arm
mom.
around
Yeah.
your knee. and
Just,
just-
hey, so what was Mike like back in the youth?
Does he look anything like you?
I hate this. I hate this all. Anyway,
That's
the
fine.
Bermuda Triangle is what we're
Yes.
talking about today.
We are covering the Bermuda Triangle.
Now, in doing the shut up. In doing the research for this, sounds like a fun topic.
It's not. It's fucking not. This
No,
is
it's
the worst
fun
topic in the world. No,
until
fuck
you get into it and you realize there's almost nothing there. It's
Oh,
like
yeah,
the
when you-
Jersey Devil when we were like, "Fuck yeah, we're gonna do a Jersey Devil episode," and then there's like a paragraph.
And then you
of
get into
information.
it, and you're like, oh, it's a marketing ploy for a whole fucking state.
So
Cool.
for everyone listening right now, it's, feel free to leave now.
I mean, don't we need the views?
Honestly, our descent towards this might make this better. Because I feel like for the most part, we've come at all of our topics
32
with
seconds.
Sorry.
What? It was at 6:32. I clocked 32 before.
Oh.
Sorry.
Okay.
Continue.
What? So for most of our topics, it's like it's all weird, obscure shit that not many people have listened to or heard about. This one, however, every fucking person has heard about it.
Yeah, I felt like it was a good because we have a lot of I wouldn't say big stuff down the pipeline, but we have some bigger.
Oh, we have some big stuff.
We
in
have
the
some
pipeline.
big topics that we are trying to build to, so we're just kind of knocking out a couple small boys to kind of just lubricate your butthole for this thrusting of the big ones that are going to come soon.
You need to prep.
Well, to be completely transparent with everyone, there's been a lot of unknowns with
Yep.
recording, who's going to be here, Mike's missing, I'm moving, Jason's Jason.
32 again. Sorry.
What is happening?
Every time I look over on the display, it's at something 32.
I know. I put this here so you guys know where we are in the actual recording for this. What does 32 have to do with that?
It's just when I saw
It's
it
always
first.
when you look at it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway.
What?
So
So
Anyways,
welcome back,
cutting
Doug.
Mike off. Welcome back me, more like welcome back Mike.
yeah, we're like, hey, just let all you know, Doug's not going to be around. And then turns out I'm not around for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Because I had a calcium deficiency.
See, that's not... I don't...
That's it. You guys just overreacted.
Can we, dig into that a little bit more? Can we...
Sir, we couldn't even get a hold of you, find
Yeah.
you. I had to come
You
in
had
the
to come?
midst
I
of...
had to come
I had to come.
just to find you. You know what kind of fucking emotional stress that put me under?
I
Oh god, I gotta come from Mike
It wasn't
now.
a-
I had to
pleasure.
retrain my brain to figure out, what gets me off, and that was
And
not one of the
apparently-
things I wanted to do.
Yeah, no, none of us wanted to do that.
I
but
didn't come
yet
from
here
pleasure.
You
I
fucking
came
sit.
out of fucking necessity.
It was a fear come.
I can
Fear
relate. I can relate.
Anyway, let's talk Bermuda Triangle. a
I
little.
guess, yeah, let's just fucking dump into the topic.
So first off, where is it?
Whoa!
Where is it?
Where is the Bermuda?
Where is Bermuda Triangle?
Nowhere
so-
near
Is
Bermuda.
it by Bermuda?
Here's
One of the
weird,
points
right?
are.
Here's the weird fucking thing. I never knew how fucking close the Bermuda Triangle actually is.
Oh,
One of
yeah.
the points is Miami, Florida.
You
Yeah.
can swim there.
I didn't fucking know that.
Yeah.
So if you live in Miami, Florida, guess what? You live in the Bermuda Triangle.
Yes.
What, it's Florida, Florida,
by
Bermuda,
Florida,
and
Bermuda,
Costa Rica.
and Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
But like I thought it was like in the middle of the ocean. This entire time my entire 28 years on this world, I thought it was just a triangle in the ocean with like an island in the middle, and that's where weird shit happened. I never knew it was like here. This threat is on our home turf.
Spoken like a true American.
Maybe
No
that.
threats are real unless they're in my face.
Maybe that's why Florida people are so weird.
I was just about to say that. Maybe
Is
Florida's
that why
fucked up.
Florida Man exists?
Maybe. But it...
Nobody's gonna say anything.
What?
What?
What'd you say?
I am a Florida man.
Oh, well, yeah, that
Oh,
makes
you are a
fucking
Florida
sense.
man.
No
That
one's gonna-
explains
no
why
one-
you're such a freak.
Doug, no one's going to question that. Everyone hears you say that and is like, yes,
Oh, okay.
that makes sense.
Here we go.
That explains his whole being.
My origin story movie is just like an opening scene with just
Fade
black,
in.
and it just says Florida man, and then it ends. And
that's
it.
the whole movie.
That's the whole movie.
Florida Man.
The
Credits.
the post credit scene is him buying the flight tickets to move to Illinois.
No, it's him beating off into a bobblehead is all the credits are.
There's an alligator somewhere around.
It's the fucking Curb Your Enthusiasm music.
yes, absolutely.
I will say though, so it's between Florida, Bermuda, and Puerto Rico.
Mm-hmm.
But there's others that say otherwise.
Ooh.
Some people say that the total of like the entire area is about 1.3 million square miles.
So you say
Long?
some people, yeah?
Yeah,
1.3 million
who-
square miles.
Who says that?
they're like literally just like other writers. Like there's one the Gaddis Argosi. I don't really know how to pronounce, but the Gaddis Argosi. They are the ones that determined that it is that triangle between Florida, Bermuda, and Puerto Rico.
Okay.
Others say otherwise, and they say that it can even stretch over to the Irish coast.
Oh.
So when you
So
say,
this
I'm
fucker-
sorry, I can't get over the fact that you just said 1.3 million square miles.
Yeah.
That's too many.
That's
Yep.
too many miles.
That's too many.
Is it up?
Huh?
Is it like up?
No.
Because like it takes 90 minutes to fly from Bermuda to Miami, and that's like 200.
Well, no, this
some
wouldn't
miles.
be-
That's not 1.3 million
No,
miles.
this wouldn't be. Some people they say that
It's not.
that triangle isn't like accurate. That it's just from Florida,
Okay,
Bermuda to Puerto
so
Rico.
we
It's
are
much
getting
bigger.
too deep into this topic.
Like,
and we
imagine
have
it
not
starts-
shared the fundamentals.
Imagine-
I get it. I get where you think it starts and where you, like all of that shit.
It's more acute than obtuse.
Let's pretend the people listening to this don't know what the Bermuda Triangle is.
Okay.
And I'm almost positive that you all do.
Yeah.
I know that. But if you're like me, you have heard so much hearsay about it, you're like, I don't fucking care. Like, I don't give a shit about
Drunk
this
pieces of shit are
topic.
just
Like,
talking
I don't-
about a
I
triangle
don't
in the
care.
ocean.
I don't fucking care. There's a triangle out there. There's some ships that sunk in the triangle. Yeah, if you made a triangle out of a bunch of places, you'd find a bunch of ships that sank there.
There's a giant floating trash island the size of Alaska just floating around the sea.
Cool, that's the Alaskan Triangle now.
That's where
Yep.
Jason was born.
But no, like...
All right, so tell us a bit about it then, Mr. Man.
What do you mean?
You just said before we talk about the fucking...
Do you want to hear about like
Yeah.
where it came from?
Yeah,
and,
give
like,
me an origin
the
story.
original...
Yeah, what's the
Bermuda
Bermuda
Triangle?
Triangle's origin
Yeah,
story?
give me that.
The
What's
Bermuda
the Joker
Triangle's-
of the Bermuda Triangle?
So the earliest account that I could find of the Bermuda Triangle was with Christopher Columbus.
Ah,
Back
sailing
when he
the ocean
sailed
blue.
The ocean
of
blue.
1894.
Nope.
1492.
1492. Thank you. But he does have a historic account of the Bermuda Triangle,
He
which
stole it.
You raped it?
from NASA.
Stole and
probably.
raped it.
Yeah, he took it from NASA. It's fine. No, like he described a bunch of weirdness when he was sailing over to America, and he kind of listed it as a reason why he didn't find the actual America without saying he didn't find the actual America because he didn't know at that point.
Tell me you didn't find America
Yeah,
without telling me you didn't find America.
Yes, exactly. That's what Christopher Columbus fucking did. So he finds these islands that he thought was America, and he raped and pillaged his way through the whole thing. He's like, oh shit, this isn't America. Sorry, everybody. And then he fucking left and rerouted and goes to actual America. But on his way to the Caribbean islands, he thinks he's going to like this new world.
He is not doing a good job.
No, he's doing a terrible job. But he thinks he's going to America, to this new world.
That's all that counts.
Where you can move. You can move there. It's a fresh start, and that's where like the whole American bullshit started happening. But no, like he described seeing like clouds that would stay in the same spot but get bigger. He would describe lights blinking in the distance. He would describe the compasses they were using to navigate.
They had compasses back then?
Yeah. Oh, dude, I didn't.
Oh, I guess they did, didn't they? They had like the star.
See, do you know that
too.
I am related to the guy who basically solidified not celestial naval navigation.
Nice, man. You did it.
Yeah,
Look at you now.
He invented the maritime clock.
Man, he did not leave you any like royalty money, did he?
No, because he's like, this should be free for everybody. And I'm over here like, motherfucker, you invented like a world-changing device,
and you didn't get paid on it.
Why did you not accept royalties? You could say like, oh, I'll take 1 pence on the dollar or some shit like that. Just some fucking anything.
Point, governor, just give me 1 pence on the dollar.
Can I just sit here and make money, please? But no, like this. So
you could have generational wealth.
How long do you think people have been studying navigation via the sea?
I'm gonna guess like since the 1200s.
Fucking long time. Do you?
Oh, you don't actually have an answer.
No, I don't have an actual answer, but I do know that like one of the original like expeditionary voyages across the ocean was back in like Viking times with the origin story of fucking what's his name, the Viking king Ragnar Lothbrok. Ragnar Lothbrok. He was the one Viking that basically told his lord, like, he goes, I want you to go east. And he's like, no, I'm going to go west. And he's like, well, it's just open ocean. And he's like, yeah, there's something over there. And he fucking did. And he went and he fucking found England and Ireland and he raided the shit out of them.
And took their teeth.
And took their fucking teeth, yes. And wore them on strings, on their necklaces, as Vikings do. But, like, he basically... Fucking hell. If you couldn't tell, I love Ragnar Lothbrok. He was the king of the Vikings.
You've really gone off topic here from Christopher Columbus sailing to the Caribbeans to, Vikings are pretty cool. Here's why.
Well, they paved the way for modern explorers, like Christopher Columbus.
Give them
the only difference was that people like Vikings decided to consult like witches and seers, and that kind of helped guide their decisions about where they went. And the only reason that they went to England, Northumbria at the point of time, was because the seers said the stars are in your favor.
Mm-hmm. And the teeth are around your neck.
Yeah, pretty much.
Love those guys. Anyway, you were talking about Christopher. Go ahead.
I was, but you seem to be... Like, I know that you like teeth, Mike. I mean, I see the bag, but, like, you're gravitating.
I wouldn't really say gravitating as much as navigating.
Okay, fair. But, I mean, you know what I'm talking about, though.
Sure.
For the most part. Okay, fucking either way, Christopher Columbus is credited with finding America. In order to do so, from Spain, he sailed the Pinta, the Santa Maria. What was the last one?
I don't know, whatever was in that rap from...
What was that kid's song?
Prestige Worldwide.
What was that fucking...
Yeah, I'm definitely thinking of Step Brothers.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, no, there was a fucking song we learned as a kid.
I don't remember that.
The Nina, the Pinta, the Santa Maria.
There you go.
Yeah.
The Nina, the Pinta, the Santa Maria.
He sailed from Spain over to America, but to get there, he had to sail through the Bermuda Triangle. And on his voyage, he mentioned that there were flashing lights in the sky. There were clouds that seemed to, like, stay where they were, but just get bigger. And fucking just a bunch of random fucking things. Weird anomalies that should not happen to anyone who's navigating the ocean.
Like spooky lights.
Yes.
Wow.
So one of the things that's in his actual account is when Christopher Columbus notices a light in the distance. As soon as he points it out, and apparently when his crew looks, the light starts flashing, and then it goes out. At that point in time, there wasn't much that could do that. Maybe a candle, but from the distance and like just it's It's fucking weird. A lot of weird shit starts back in 1492.
Can I just put out hashtag fuck Christopher Columbus?
Oh, yeah, I agree. Christopher Columbus is a piece of shit. And if he didn't discover America, I wouldn't be sad. Because the things he did when he got here...
Yeah, he's
were
not
bad.
a good boy.
No, and we should not have that holiday. We should fucking replace it with, like, I don't know.
Well, isn't it being replaced by, like, indigenous
Nicolas
people?
Cage.
Yeah, something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
I
But
do like
also-
Nicolas Cage Day, but
Nick Cage Day is a good one, too. But no, like, that's... The origin comes from... the people who credit our founder to be Christopher Columbus, and not Leif Erikson.
I don't really know
How you
to...
doing, Mike?
I'm trying to think of a segue to get to that to mine, but I'm just gonna fucking... Yeah, I'm rusty, people. Bear with me.
What?
No, we're gonna talk a bit about some of the disappearances as well that happened in the Bermuda Triangle.
Are you going over Flight 19?
Ooh, yeah, I'm gonna touch on it.
Fuck yeah.
So there's a couple different ones.
Mm-hmm.
There is, back in 1880, there is the sail training ship, the HMS Atlanta. That guy was full of, like, these, like, not really trained crew members. But how the legend goes is that a giant storm came and just wiped out this fucking boat right in the Bermuda Triangle.
wow.
A lot of people put it not. A lot of people say it's not really like a mystery as to why the boat crashed, because it's full of poorly fucking trained people. So like they got fucking Johnny from the dock just like, hey, you want to be a sailor? And he's just man the ropes, and then he just fell off or some shit during the storm. That's pretty much how that one went.
So what I'm getting here is flashbacks from working at AT&T where people just don't know how to work their fucking phones.
No, that's essentially what happened. Is just the equivalent of why is my screen so dark, but on a boat full of people. And
They're like, all these people were sailing from America to places, and well, none of them knew how to sail. But gosh darn it, if it wasn't for that damn triangle.
that's the real problem here, is this triangle.
Well, yes.
Another one, which is an incident resulting in the single largest loss of life in the history of the U.S. Navy that is not related to combat.
Yeah. I know exactly where you're going with this.
Yep. If it's not related to combat, though, like I said. So.
Yo, wait.
As far as we know.
Did they disappear in the Bermuda Triangle?
I mean, yeah.
Damn,
no
way.
Spoiler, right?
No fucking way.
The USS Cyclops was carrying a full load of manganese ore, and with one engine out of action, it went missing without a trace with a crew of over 309 somewhere around March 4th, 1918. After departing the island Barbados, there's not, like, the strongest evidence that it was, like, mysterious, because, like...
You're selling it so well.
I know. Well, I'm not going to, like, lie to the people and be like, yeah, it's magical. There's just... I go over how they disappeared and then, like, something that might explain how it disappeared.
Okay.
Because the theory behind this one is the fact that it was a light ship not meant to carry such a large load, and all this metal on there just kind of weighed that fucker down, and they were already missing an engine. The engine was already out, so it just couldn't survive, and it just sank. So,
I mean, that's...
makes sense.
I wish that was less normal.
I know,
User
right?
error.
But what's funny is the Cyclops' like sister ships, I guess, that they had, the Proteus and the Nereus, also sank in the Bermuda Triangle.
I did see a funny one, just because we're talking about disappearances. I don't know if it was those boats you're talking about now, but there was like a boat that disappeared in the Bermuda Triangle, so the Navy sent out a search and rescue boat that also disappeared in the Bermuda Triangle.
I didn't see that one.
The blind leading
unfortunately.
the blind.
Yeah.
I wish I would have wrote down the names of that, but I thought I was literally like, I was watching a video earlier today, and I was just like, you fucking assholes.
These guys disappeared. You go find them in the exact same spot they disappeared. That is legend to be making boats disappear.
Go find them.
Go find them. Go and get.
Send
hey,
another
our
one.
boat disappeared.
Don't get. The last one that
Stupid.
I have that is like a major, like these three are like the top, I guess, like
Disappearances.
because the first one was like the oldest one on record.
Is this one Amelia Earhart?
No, that is
Amelia
a
Earhart.
myth.
I know
Flew
it
a
is.
bunch of airplanes.
I guess these are all.
except for that one time when she didn't come back.
So this one is about Flight 19.
Oh, I love Flight 19.
Flight 19 was a training flight of 5 TBM Avenger torpedo bombers that had disappeared on December 5th, 1945 over the Atlantic. The great year of 1945.
Tootsie
Back when
Rolls were invented in 1945.
Yeah, Tootsie Rolls were invented that year.
Franklin Delano Eleanor Roosevelt was leading the regime. The squadron's flight plan was scheduled to take them due east from Fort Lauderdale for 141 miles, north for 73 miles, and then back over for a final 140-mile leg to complete the exercise. So essentially,
140-mile leg.
so essentially, they're
That's a
just
tall
making
dude.
Huge.
they're making like a giant fucking circle.
So real quick,
That guy's huge.
All the circles make a
He
square.
should play basketball.
I thought you were about to go into like this like full on like Ken Burns just like documentary style like reading, like
And we're just here like, oh.
I'm sorry, I can't do it. Anyway, the flight never returned to base. The disappearance was attributed by Navy instigators. I butchered that.
Yeah,
Navy
you're not-
investigators.
You're doing great, Mike. Welcome back.
Navy investigators to navigational errors leading to the aircraft running out of fuel. Flight 19 alone would be covered again in the April 1962 issue of American Legion magazine. You know the Legions?
The Legans.
Legion magazine.
ligers.
In it, the author, Alan Eckert, wrote that the flight leader had been heard saying, I'm really bad today.
Yeah, you're.
Yeah. Heard saying,
The worst part is I can't edit any of this.
well, I don't want you to, that's why.
Okay.
We are entering white water. Nothing seems right. We don't know where we are. The water's green, no white. He also wrote that the officials at the Navy Board of Inquiry stated that the planes flew off to Mars.
Yeah, you definitely got to watch out for them white waters
You gotta
And
watch out,
Mars
and those white
planes.
walkers.
Yeah, I mean, I think,
and the tall whites.
And the tall... Well,
So
that's
this is
just
all-
like...
This is all just evidence to the fact that LSD has been, you know,
Around for a
prevalent
while.
for a long time.
But those are like the three like major disappearances. Two of them are
to
just
Mars,
like...
huh?
Yeah, to
meth is a
Mars.
hell of a drug.
One of
people.
them is just a storm took this boat. The other is it sank because it was too heavy. And the other is just these idiots didn't know how to fly. And I guess with Flight 19 as well, the like leader of the pack that was like leading the flight wasn't the best navigator. Like they just sent fucking...
Was he the red elk of
yeah,
navigators?
They just sent fucking Johnny Know Nothing up into the sky, like, lead these people. And he's like, well, all right, Sarge, I guess I can do that. I'll lead them good, Sarge.
Well, this seems like a great place to explain some of the things that happen when you're actually in the Bermuda Triangle.
Yes.
You know, now's as good a time as ever to get us away from that.
So I can get off my stupid fucking hillbilly accent. My hobo accent.
With the extensive, and I'm talking extensive research that I did on this topic.
Yes, of course.
These are some of the things that you could experience inside of said triangle, or as
the Bermuda variation.
or the Devil's Triangle.
The Bermuda variant.
That's nope. Okay.
Let's not go into that realm quite yet.
So the main thing that people say they experience is electronic fog, not frogs, but
Yeah.
fogs. Kind of like brain frogs, but electronic frogs.
That's what I thought it was. Brain frogs.
So electronic fog. Had to think about that one for a second.
I saw that. You're
Fog.
like electronic fog.
Is pretty much what the fuck it sounds like. You get kind of encased in this like mist, basically, and it's electrical in origin, so it fucks with all your equipment. So a lot of people also get like electronic disturbances. You've got compasses spinning rapidly around. You've got
Like
you know,
Columbus.
that guy. You've got basically your all your mechanical, electronics
Your
and
who's the what's
whatever
it's.
plane you're in, a boat, whatever it is, they stop working. They're not working correctly. You're picking up weird frequencies, etc. Some of the other things that I was seeing. Go on.
It also explains like a lot of the explanations of where people are like, oh, we were just in a cloud and we couldn't escape. It was just this giant fog that was never ending. It's because the fog literally like attaches itself to the plane because it's electrical and it goes for the metal.
I also have something on that topic, but we'll do that later.
Okay. Unexplained cloud formations. That's a big one that people say they experience. They'll see a cloud. This is mostly in people flying planes, but they'll see a cloud that'll expand as they get into it. And
Can I ask a question?
Mm-hmm.
Did they see this cloud while they are flying, I don't know, into Miami?
Well, yes, actually.
Do they? Okay.
One of the things is, one of the experiences that I was reading about was this guy saw this big cloud when they took off, and then he went through the cloud, and he came out of the cloud, and then maybe
there was another
I think
we
cloud.
watched the same video.
Probably. And then the cloud kind of like engulfed the plane and started growing in size, and like they could like the
and like
dude
instead of
could
getting
tell,
further away, it just got bigger.
Yeah, he could tell he was like in the middle of the cloud, and then he popped out and he was like over Miami already, and like basically an hour and a half to like 2 hour flight took him 45 minutes. Which brings me to my next point, which is portals, which is something I will go over in a little while as well, because I don't want to get off on that tangent just yet.
But we will.
So
you don't have to lie.
No, I do. I really want to, but I'm gonna save it for the appropriate time.
Okay, that's fair.
So besides that, paranormal occurrences. I mean, this one's a little like
technically they're all
classified
as that.
Exactly. Like it's not like a ghost paranormal kind of thing, but like it's
ghost
things
ship
that shouldn't quite be happening that are unexplainable.
Aliens.
Exactly, and that leads me to my next point. UFO sightings. You've got weird lights, you've got weird noises, you've got weird frequencies that people are hearing inside of their ships and their planes. Just
so
don't get me on the UFO topic, because that's a whole other fucking...
No, we are solidly on that topic. Doug, what's an indicative sign of it, like UFO interference when it comes to this specific topic?
Well, so thank you for asking.
Of course.
I love that you're putting me on the spot like this. No, I'm just kidding. But so a lot of times when... So in my own personal UFO like research that I do on my free time, because I'm a fucking nerd.
We all are. We get it.
One thing that alien ships like to do is they like to use their tractor beams to basically render your ship useless. And one thing that happens when that is going on is that all of your, all the stuff in your
electronics,
maybe? They go out.
They go out?
Almost like an EMP or something like that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So people experience these like bright lights, these flashes, etc. A whole bunch of different things, but like they could all be attributed to aliens, which also brings me back to portals, which is something I'll talk about in a little while as well, because I have a bunch of good stuff on this whole thing.
This.
Yeah, no,
I
have some good. I have some really good information when we get into that.
Okay.
Don't want to derail us too hard. Also, things disappear when you're in the Bermuda Triangle. Very classic. Disappearing
virginity.
without a trace, which leads me back into portals.
Do we just want to do you just want to get to the portals real quick?
God damn it, yes I do.
Okay,
but it's just.
Do you want to blow through some shit and then get to the portals? Because it sounds like that might be a topic that we have some things to say.
Also
God.
with the you mentioned it a while ago. I just didn't want to interrupt because you're on a fucking roll. You said paranormal things, but not really ghosts. There is a ghost ship.
I was about to fucking say that. Yeah.
I forgot to mention that earlier too, where there is actually a ship that's abandoned by its crew that some other naval ship saw. Sent a boat out to like loot the ship of all of its valuables. The crew went onto the ship. A storm appeared. They lost track of where that ship went. Found it again. and everyone was missing again. So they sent another crew out to this fucking
Why?
boat to get the valuables, and then another storm happened, and then the boat just vanished.
What the fuck?
Yep,
Good
and-
stuff.
So
Do you not know a lost cause when you fucking see one?
every time we try to get towards this ghostly ship, a storm starts, and then the crew's
Everyone
gone.
dies. Like, it's just
Send
weird.
another. They're all indisposable to me.
We've all played Sea of Thieves.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Fair.
continue. I just wanted to add that little.
No.
little tidbit.
That's Mike's fun fact of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have those sometimes.
If Mike had fun facts, they would all be similar to
I have
that.
about 32 of them.
What?
We call
about
this
32
segment
fun facts.
Mike's Nugget of Joy for the day. But other than that, I have just a couple more things that happen when you're in there. People have reported fires in the sky,
Yep.
which sounds gnarly as hell, and
Sounds
I'd love to see
amazing.
that. Don't really have a great deal of information on fires in the sky other than it looks like the clouds are on fire for the most part.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like one of the possible end scenarios from the Cthulhu mythos of fire being in the sky. We'll get into that.
Yeah, and to be fair, there are like lots of like methane craters inside the ocean.
I'm so happy you mentioned that. I'm so fucking happy.
But either way, you've got like really violent weather that happens in the Bermuda Triangle, which also makes I forget the technical term for it, but basically huge wind blasts.
Technical
Yeah.
term is
Think of like a microburst.
stay
Yeah,
the fuck out
exactly.
of the triangle. I think is the professional term to use
See,
there.
but the key is to figure out which triangle you're supposed to stay out
yeah,
of.
there's like 12 of them.
There's so
Well,
fucking
it's
many.
actually funny because we're getting another shape that comes into this with these wind blasts,
A
which is
dodecahedron?
a hexagon.
Damn, I thought you were going to say a
so if-
dodecahedron.
If you look at like a weather map over the Bermuda Triangle, you get these hexagonal wind formations, like perfectly hexagon clouds, basically from above.
Okay.
That basically incur these microblasts into it or microbursts. Into
Microburst,
it,
yeah.
which is like what scientists are claiming is why most planes that disappear in the Bermuda Triangle go down, because these microblasts can just and
Well,
just
it's
take
down
you out.
pressure. Like
Exactly.
it takes your fucking lift and goes, go fuck yourself, and then all of a sudden you're in the ocean.
Yeah, and it
Yeah,
takes
yeah.
you a good whole 3 seconds from, however many...
22,000 feet to zero.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then, which I kind of already mentioned, we've got massive craters in the seafloor over there. And there is a whole lot of speculation on what's in those craters, which is another
Hey, Doug,
thing
do you have a
that-
theory on all that, or should we save that for later?
We're gonna save it for later because I don't want to get into it. I have a great segment for later, and it'll all of your wildest dreams will come true. Jason.
amazing.
If you needed reason to keep listening, there it is.
Exactly. We'll get into the nitty gritties.
So aside from like where it is, the origins, the fucking disappearances, we do have some theories about why people go missing, why things go missing.
game theory.
I'm not gonna go to the theme song.
That's okay.
But no, there are so many fucking so this is the portion of my research that I spent the most of my time on, and that's because I simply searched Bermuda Triangle theories and found 7. I was like, okay, all of these are very scientific and normal. So I kept digging and kept digging and kept digging. Did you guys know that there is a sect of people that believe that the Bermuda Triangle is actually stuck in the past, and when you fucking fly over the border, you go into the past and your plane disappears because it didn't exist back then?
That's kind of crazy.
Did you know that?
There's one. I've heard
Has
another
this ever
word.
happened to you?
You ever have this happen to you sometimes?
No, those are fucking like there's a group of people that believe that is what the Bermuda Triangle is.
there's another one
the
that's
portal of the past.
Kind of similar, but it's like a land of the lost situation where it's just like a different dimension where it's, hey, you just flew through the Bermuda Triangle. There's a cactus there, and now there's a rusted Statue of Liberty. Hey, look, a monkey person. And it's like
Is this some fucking Loki shit?
kind of. Yeah,
I haven't.
it's
I
very
haven't watched
similar to that.
Loki
Yeah.
yet.
Okay,
Think-
I won't
think-
spoil it
later,
for you.
right?
Think last
Yeah.
2 episodes of Loki.
Yeah, absolutely.
But no, so theories. Let's look at actual, real fucking theories behind what makes the Bermuda Triangle tick. So we have some information. We've got the fact that planes and ships go missing there fucking regularly, right?
Mm-hmm.
And from what we understand, there's not a whole lot of reason behind it, aside from some garbled audio, maybe, and some confusion, and all of a
You just
sudden
hear
they're done.
Audio of a man just, Captain, look, there's some green fog coming
You just
up.
hear this. Oh, fuck!
I'm on live. Hey, Captain, there's green fog coming up.
Gets distracted beating off.
Captain, there's green fog. And then it just cuts out. That's really all you hear.
Captain, the acid's kicking in now.
So there are several theories behind why the Bermuda Triangle is as disappeary.
That's a new word now.
As it is. I mean, make shit disappear. Why not? There's a bunch of very rational ones. There's also a couple of very irrational ones. But the rational ones, to me anyway, make a lot of fucking sense. And like the top one is the whole methane gas theory. And it's that the Bermuda Triangle is located on a shelf.
Swamp gas.
Gas from Venus, wherever you might classify that as. But it's located on a tectonic shelf, which moves as the Earth does. And as it does so, releases methane gas into the ocean, which creates these methane bubbles. Methane bubbles tend to make whatever liquid they're in less dense.
And they just sink.
Yeah, whatever's caught in that area just gets fucking sunk. And honestly, that's like the most, like, yeah, that makes fucking sense.
We've all eaten Taco Bell. We know what happens.
Right.
Yep.
When there's too much... When there's too much methane, you just shove a Corona, slam it down.
You punch
on
a beer.
You just fucking punch the shit out of it. Did I spell a lot with that?
I don't know. I can't tell. Oh yeah, my keys are soaked.
All right, well, I'll get those in a sec.
Let's pause.
Technical
Okay.
difficulties.
Yeah.
Hey, we're back.
We are.
That was
Sorry,
fun,
everybody.
wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean,
The Bermuda Triangle got me thinking of sharks. And what better shark is there than the shark from Finding Nemo named Bruce? Speaking of Bruce,
see, the bird scooter this time actually kind of makes sense.
A
we
little
have
bit.
our new patron.
Hell yes, you fuckers keep doing what we didn't expect, and we love you for it. We have a new patron. What's his name, Mike?
Bruce Thompson,
Bruce Thompson.
who has a name that resembles that of like my high school gym teacher.
He's just Bruce Campbell now, right?
Yeah, you're just Bruce Campbell because
Bruce
you're
Campbell.
that
Bruce
badass.
Campbell.
And I'm sure you have a chin equally as strong as Bruce Campbell's, who is exactly who I picture when I think of the Crimson Chin. Either way, though.
Man, live
Bruce
action.
Campbell is.
Yes. Either way, thank you so much, Bruce. You
Oh my
rock.
God,
I
thank
love you. Do me a favor. Kiss your mother on the cheek. That was a hard one for me to get out. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that didn't sound quite right.
Kiss your dad. Kiss
I
your
was
tooth.
Okay, see, that makes
Literally
more sense.
horrified to hear what came out.
Yeah,
but
no, I was waiting with bated fucking breath.
Hug
Like,
yourself
do I have to
because
cut
you've
this?
been good.
You deserve. You've earned the right to
Hug yourself.
Give us your money, I guess.
Bruce, the fact that you can listen to what we're doing right now and say, you know what?
They did earn
These guys,
$5.
these guys should do more of this. They should keep doing what they're doing. I would like to thank you so fucking much because, again, this is a passion project for the three of us. And I mean,
Thank you.
I say that weirdly because, like, I'm still kind of fucking this.
You're pointing at me going,
I-
this. And I don't appreciate that at all.
Yeah.
It's something's off.
Your whole reasoning for not being around lately is bullshit. Just saying.
What are some theories of the Bermuda Triangle? We already went over those.
We did
Yeah,
the
I'm just
methane
joshing.
bubbles.
Yes.
The other, yeah.
Misdirection.
Yeah, exactly
It's called
what this fucking
gaslighting,
is.
Doug.
Gaslighting doesn't exist. You're fucking crazy because you made it up.
Wow.
Whoa. You got
We
me
just
on that
lost
one.
every female listener we had.
And male listeners. I've been gaslit before.
Yeah, but gaslighting mostly comes from men to women.
That's true, because men,
Or
we
shit.
suck.
Because we don't have emotions.
So okay, since we don't really have to go over like the different theories. I mean, so
Yeah, we were
okay,
gonna
the
talk-
methane bubbles were one thing. Other people have said things like water spouts that appear out of nowhere, which that's a thing. I lived in Cayman Islands for a while, and those show up out of fucking nowhere. I get it. There's shelf clouds.
You're just masturbating in your fucking island hut, and when all of a sudden there's a
All
pillar
of a sudden,
of water.
you're
just-
in the air and don't have clothes on and are dead.
And
Were you
just-
also imagining that he lived in a hut somewhere? Because that's exactly what I was
You know what?
thinking.
I think I'm gonna let you guys just create my backstory because I like it so much more.
I mean, you got your soup or your cereal spoons that you had
From the
taken.
fucking Pastafarians that took the goddamn spoons. Yes.
Yeah, everything about that is fake. So
I
moving on.
Out of all the things I've said, that's the one thing that isn't fake.
we were gonna go over like criticisms and like the
We've
like,
criticized enough.
yeah, and like
we-
the notable disappearances, but we've kind of already done that.
Yeah.
So we're gonna skip that stuff and just go straight to some inspirations.
Yeah. So I regret to inform all of you that a lot of inspiration has come from this story. Now, remember, Bermuda Triangle, the myth kind of started originating back in 1492 when Christopher Columbus.
Sailed the ocean blue.
Thank you so much for finishing that, so I didn't have to. But yes, it started around there, and it perpetuated throughout history. Everyone kind of saying the same things with the lights, like the navigation equipment going awry, all that shit. But some inspirations that came from this. Do you guys want me to just read down a fucking list of the inspirations?
Yes, please.
Okay, are you ready?
No.
I'm. You know what? I'm not even doing
What
this.
website is this?
I'm not even going to go to it because you can read it.
So
$38.
someone saw a square and they were like, you know what? If I cut this in
one
half,
less side.
this would be
something.
It's too even.
despicable.
No, I don't even need to look at shit for this. Are you guys ready for some inspirations?
Yes.
The Bermuda Triangle, the movie. The Bermuda Triangle, the book. The Bermuda Triangle, the movie. The Bermuda Triangle, the documentary. Triangle, the movie. Triangle, the
shape.
book. It goes on and fucking on. Like, this story is obviously famous. Everyone knows what the fuck this is. The literature and the fucking cinematography that is involved in this is embarrassing. Because,
I wonder if their budget vanished like the people in the Bermuda Triangle.
Zing!
Mike, let's say you and I had a fantastic idea and we had a movie we wanted to make about the Bermuda Triangle. What's
Fuck yeah.
what's the first thing you'd do before we started making it?
You cast Bruce Campbell in it.
Okay, what's the second thing you would do?
Sharks, lots of sharks.
Sharks, lots
Alright.
of sharks.
My co-hosts are not helping me at all.
You
on
get
this one. I don't know why
you
I'm
get a
asking.
boat.
We find a triangle.
You find a triangle.
No, if we were doing something that we wanted to be like original, we might fucking look it up and be like, has anyone done this before? Yeah, about 90 fucking authors, none of them did that. So they all called their shit the same thing. It's all the same bullshit. It's all about, it's either fiction that has to do with some fucking hot dude that is on this
It's a romance.
boat with like a bunch of women, and all of a sudden they go through this electrical storm and they're lost at sea.
And now the
they have to-
women
and
are
now
the
he's
man and the
hero.
man's the woman.
Yeah, or it's fucking hard air quotes documentary style where they go over the weird happenings. Like no one takes an original edge with this, and I get it because there's so many facts in one. I say facts very loosely, but
Yeah,
in
you really
one
got to
direction.
put the air quotes on that.
Seriously, they're not facts, but we all have this idea of what the Bermuda Triangle is, and the people who are making movies about it tend to have the same fucking ideas.
Oh no, is this movie about a boat or a plane that disappeared?
That's wild.
If you see the word Bermuda in it, I would say you are at a 90% success rate of guessing the plot to that film.
There's like a Barry Manilow song called The Bermuda Triangle or
Oh,
something.
I'm sure. Like I literally, so when I saw like the research, like who was researching what, right? I saw mine with the inspirations, and
Barry White?
my initial reaction was like, "Fuck!" There's so many, and there are. You literally just, if you Google Bermuda Triangle, like the first couple are gonna be like Wikipedia and like some informational shit. The rest is gonna be all garbage books that people think they should have written, and I guarantee you they should not have.
Well, when you
yeah,
start
like-
your own publishing company, you can do whatever you want.
That's the thing. Like that's what they did is they saw an out for their voice, and they didn't give a fuck what they were saying. As long as it was their voice saying it and their thoughts, they're like, cool, let's do this. And that's why there's 90 goddamn books all about the Bermuda goddamn Triangle.
Oh my God.
It's inspired so many things, fiction, nonfiction, what have you. And like, I get it. It's a creepy place on Earth because of all these disappearances. And I would go into more, but that should be for, I don't know, like 5 minutes from now.
This kind of seems like a good place for me to kind of get into like the weird shit that I wanted to talk about earlier.
Please, because my research was nothing but droll, boring bullshit.
And yet we turned it into a 50-minute episode so far. Good job, us.
Hey, I think that's
we
fucking,
sure know how to make a topic linger.
That's a kudos to us more than anything.
So, the Bermuda Triangle is actually a part of something even bigger than itself. And
bigger than me? Bigger than you?
Absolutely.
Bigger than us?
You know, I don't think it's bigger than though. It's not bigger than God because God's bigger than the boogeyman.
Yeah.
He's bigger than. I'm not going to start singing VeggieTales. I'm sorry.
I don't even know if I want to talk about this anymore.
I've never watched VeggieTales.
I think Doug just quit the podcast.
Goodbye. Anyways, so the Bermuda Triangle is actually a part of something bigger that I think actually most people don't actually know about, which to me is a lot cooler than pretty much everything we've already been talking about. Mm-hmm. And what it is a part of is called the vile vortices.
It's
sounds vile.
What are the vile vortices, Doug?
So I'm gonna run through all 12. I'm gonna very, very briefly sum them up because otherwise this podcast is gonna be like 16 hours. But the vile vortices are actually 12 different spots around the world that all have Bermuda Triangle-esque situations happening. Mm-hmm. All right, so there's 6 above the equator and 6 below the equator, and they all form this weird shape that's like almost too perfect to explain.
Yep.
But they all connect perfectly. Mm-hmm. It's really, really weird. There's a whole lot of more science.
They form an icosahedron, right? The 20-sided.
It's something like that. Yeah.
A dodecahedron.
Basically, each of the 6 above and below are like perfectly placed on the Earth, as if it were laid out into like a puzzle almost, if that makes sense. So it's like not like a man-made thing, but like how the Earth is actually gridded off. If you were to grid the Earth,
made a grid of the Earth.
Well, there's
not even man, just the way the Earth is gridded.
Okay.
If you were to just like
divide it into like degrees,
exactly.
Okay.
There's a lot of people out there that think too that way back before people were around, millions of years ago, that the Earth was like a crystal.
Yeah.
And this like. Sorry, that's my throat being weird.
I was like, what the fuck
what was that?
Maybe it won't be captured. Hopefully not.
Hopefully nobody knows what the fuck we're talking about right now.
But way back in the day, people think that the Earth was a crystal. Ow. And I'm a hot mess right now. I'm talking about Earth crystals. And that the vortices line up with the points on the crystal. The Earth was shaped like a giant fucking
spin down
20, and these vortices were like the tips of each of them, and that's why.
Well, have you seen the outline of the Earth? If you took all the water away, it's so fucking weird. Like, but that's a whole other topic for sure.
Oh yeah, I wish that was more relevant to this topic, but it's way more relevant to like Hollow Earth and fucking. Simulation kind of, but yeah.
Lizard people for sure, but
yes.
Sorry, Mike, you were talking.
No, that's it, I'm done. Just groovy crystal Earth is pointy, and then it just molded into a sphere.
Well, right, but that's like the thing. Like, so the vile vortices, like Bermuda Triangle, that's one of them, right?
Yeah, that's the first one.
So can I share my favorite one?
Is it the dragons?
Which one is
it's
it?
Not it's not the Dragon Triangle. It's the City of Shiva.
Is that Mohenjodaro?
That might be it. I don't remember the actual name of it, but
You just said words and hoped that we would catch it.
Well, no, like so the City of Shiva is it's a city that worships Shiva.
Where? Because I have all of them listed out, but that's not like
I don't remember exactly where, and like my brain says India because Shiva, but I don't want to assume. I don't exactly remember where it is. So it's the city of Shiva, and it's the city that worships the deity Shiva, who's the goddess of destruction. Now, why the fuck would you worship that unless, like, you're scared of them, right? Like,
Yeah.
that's the only logical conclusion I can come to. But they worship this, and there's statues of this Shiva goddess all over their town. And in their history, so many horrible fucking things have happened. But they just keep Shiva, 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 Shiva. And the city of Shiva lies on one of these vile vortices.
Maybe okay. That
Wild.
That makes sense because if it's in one of the vortices, then
Yeah.
that would make more sense
that's
than why
why.
I don't have that name on my list. But
No, yeah, but the other thing, like, no one fucking worships Shiva. Like, they're all terrified of Shiva.
This whole
because
city
Yeah.
does.
goddess of destruction. Like, no one wants that. They don't care who you are. You don't have to know. You could know nothing about the goddess of destruction to know that you don't want the goddess of destruction to come to your town. Like,
Brutal.
you fucking you don't want that. But this
I
town,
mean, shit, people worship God.
that is, Doug. You and I, we need to
Damn.
have we're gonna release a 3-hour episode one day, and it's gonna be all about that. But no, like. This city, like, it's on the vile vortices, and it's home to all this nefarious, horrible shit, and like the amount of the deaths that have come out of this town, like the mass deaths, it's insane, and it lies on one of these vile vortices. And to me, like, I love taking comparisons and finding the coincidence and determining whether or not it could actually be real. This one has a direct correlation:
Yeah.
goddess of destruction, vile vortices, death. Like, it's all right there.
What more can you ask for?
Right.
What else we got, Doug?
All right, so first on the list, Bermuda Triangle. Cool, covered it. Great. Moving on. The second one is the Algerian Megaliths.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah.
So you're going to see a very, very common theme with all of these places that I talk about, and you'll understand why in a moment here. The Algerian Megaliths are an architectural anomaly. These things that were built, these giant monoliths, should not be possible for the time that these were built. So when I say architectural anomaly, I'm talking perfect 90-degree angles on these monoliths. I'm talking giant stone structures that weigh tons of fucking pounds that shouldn't be physically...
Like the pyramids.
Exactly.
Okay.
You shouldn't be able to move these structures in the way that they were moved, placed, etc. Also, it just happens to be a giant ancient burial ground.
That'll
So,
be always the burial grounds.
Yeah.
Same kind of things are happening here. Disappearances, etc. Just from a different time period. Different, variables, basically. So we go into the third one, which is Mohenjodaro. Also, advanced architecture, giant pyramids, giant structures, perfect 90-degree angles, giant stonework. Shouldn't be fucking possible.
Almost like they were taught.
The thing about this one, though, is that the entire city disappeared without a trace. Nobody knows where they went. Nobody knows how they disappeared, but they just weren't there all of a sudden.
Just got fed up. They're like, mac and cheese isn't around.
We're just going to pack it up, boys. No mac and cheese!
Well,
Why are we here?
Yeah, that's a sad place to be. But people tried to, kind of understand why they went missing and what happened. But it seems like basically a mass extinction event happened, but just in this city.
Oh, fuck.
They have no explanation for it.
Like a soccer ball sized meteor came and just...
I like the flesh that hates.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
that'd be
Jesus.
That's another one, isn't it? SCP.
Speaking of, everybody, please keep your eyes and ears out for some more SCP and some more fucking cryptid goodness on the way, I promise. And we are all back. We are done with our... Not done with our obligations to life, but we have all had a fucking hectic life up until now, and we promise we are back to our regularly scheduled
We're
program.
back at it again with the white vans.
July can just suck the fattest part of my ass.
Yeah, but thank you for sticking with us for it.
Yeah, seriously.
We appreciate
I know we've been doing some weird topics, but it's really only because we just didn't know what was going to happen. So
Yep.
we'll be throwing some bangers at you soon.
Oh, God, yes.
But that being said, the fourth vile vortice is the Dragon's Triangle.
I fucking love the Dragon's Triangle.
And this one is in Japan. They also call this the Devil's Sea.
Yep.
Basically, it's a giant underwater city that's way too advanced for its time, just in the fucking ocean. Japan actually decided that this is a no-fly zone. You cannot fly over this zone. Like, they take this shit way, way serious. Too many things have happened in this part of, the Devil's Sea that they literally were just like, nope, stop. Nope, nothing happens
no
here.
Ships, no nothing.
You do not go in this water. You will get fucked up. Like, they take this shit seriously, and I applaud them because that's the kind of people I like.
Yeah, they the reason it's called the Dragon Triangle too. Do you guys know?
I actually don't.
Did you know it?
No.
So way back when Japan went through like their isolation time, where they like just no outside contact.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
We are Japan. That's it. We don't care about anyone else. It was around the time like the Mongolian army was pushing through.
Goddamn Mongolians.
Yeah.
Genghis Khan.
Trying to fucking like invade everywhere. And they super wanted Japan. They're like, that little island with that Fuji, I want it. That's mine. I want that.
That little island with that Fuji.
Yep. And every time the Mongolians tried to invade, their boats would just get decimated. There would always be a storm that comes up and just wreck these boats. So the Japanese, because they have no outside like influence or anything, they thought it was a dragon that lived under the sea that was protecting them. So it's literally called the Dragon Sea, or the Dragon Triangle, because they thought there was a giant fucking dragon protecting them under there.
God, Japan just does everything right.
Yeah.
Everything's
They
so
have
much
dragons.
cooler.
Like, how did we get a dragon? Like,
We colonized it. And
the dragon?
The dragon.
Oh.
Yes.
That's now the common snake.
Yeah. Common
It's-
snake.
It's a pussy now.
Yeah. We really fucked it up, didn't we? Anyway, go ahead, Dumbles.
All right, so the next one is I'm going to butcher this, and I apologize for all my Hawaiian listeners. The Hamakulia volcano in Hawaii is part of these vile vortices. This one wasn't as crazy, but basically this volcano is its own triangle, supposedly. I guess that the volcano itself has strange powers that emerge from it. Extremely strong, like, electronic forces that happen, just weird things like that. I didn't get a whole lot of information on this one.
To be honest, there's not a whole lot of information on this one.
Like, I get it. It's a volcano. It's powerful. There's lots of hot things happening. And
Yeah.
it's, I'm sure most volcanoes are the same way.
Okay, so before we go any further, if you were to give, like, a one-word descriptor of, like, what the vile vortices are, what would it be? Like, if you wanted to tell someone, like, if you were to identify one of these, vile vortices, what's something they all have in common?
They're vile.
Extremely active magnetic forces.
Okay, but what does that mean?
It means that there's a lot of, like, disturbances in the area as far as, like, our magnetic pole is.
Okay, so if these vertices basically attract, like, negativity, like the bad shit that we don't want to deal with.
In a sense, you could put it that way for sure. I think honestly, where these places are located and what people report happening in them has to do with the magnetic poles of the Earth.
Okay,
That's what it seems like mostly in my eyes. Could be different if you're looking at it from like more of like a spiritual aspect where you're like, here's all this bad energy that's happening. Maybe the pull is like hitting those spots specifically, and that's why we feel that negative energy or like this like dark
in the
aura
like, in these vertices. Right?
Exactly.
So what
weak spots, so to say.
So in your mind, what is the weakest spot?
Well, there actually is a spot that's specifically like the weakest.
Hell yeah, let's fucking hear it.
Oh fuck, which one is it?
The weak spot's usually the back of the knee.
The South Atlantic Anomaly. That's actually the next one.
Okay.
Actually, no, it's not the next one, but I'm skipping ahead.
Let's just go to that one. Because my interest is piqued.
Basically, this place is the weakest magnetic field on Earth. This is like the spot where it's
okay.
the weakest pull.
Yeah.
And this one really just, it's the weakest, but it's the only one of the vile vortices that produces natural radiation flow.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like a banana.
Mm-hmm. So basically, there's so they
just like a banana.
I mean,
no, it's exactly like that. But if you're people in the International Space Station can't take pictures of this spot because it just like won't.
It fucks it. Like,
Yeah.
Just shit.
And basically, it's been reported that if you stare or look into this area when you're like near it, you hallucinate.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Wild.
Do you have the latitude, longitude of this, or
Not on hand.
do I need mushrooms?
I got you.
They can't hurt.
Fuck. That's. And so the Bermuda Triangle is one of these vile vortices, and there are a ton of them all around the globe. If you had to.
I think the vile vortices in general are more interesting than just the Bermuda
Oh,
Triangle.
absolutely.
See, that's why I think we're transitioning
Yeah.
into, like, the Bermuda Triangle is great, but, so, if you were to identify your favorite vile vortice, what would it be?
Well, that's hard to say because there's a speculation with the Bermuda Triangle
Mm-hmm.
that it is actually the location of
Uh-huh.
Atlantis.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
But
Doug, hey, I'm leading you.
I know. Thank you.
This is the best I can do without
So-
telling people.
We're off track a little bit because there's still like 4 or 5 more of these vile vortices. But that being said,
We could probably just do a fucking episode on the vile vortices.
Oh, we absolutely could.
Yeah.
If people wanted it, obviously. But so they say the Bermuda Triangle is the lost city of Atlantis.
Mhm.
There's a lot of craters. There's a lot of like really deep parts of the Bermuda Triangle.
Yeah.
But the thing that I don't like about that is that it doesn't line up with everything that Atlantis is.
I agree.
And I have a better theory about where Atlantis is because it's also
Atlantis is supposed to be like off the coast of California.
I'm
and
so
shit.
excited for both of your theories about this because I know both of you have very different theories about Atlantis and the Atlantean history, and like so are we done talking about the
okay. So
Bermuda
I'm just gonna say this real quick. These are the other vile vortices. They all have the same fucking things. They're all these crazy architectural anomalies. They all are places that you guys probably actually know and are well versed on.
Mhm.
You've got Easter Island. You've got Great Zimbabwe.
Yep.
It's just a giant structure. You've got the Wharton Basin, and then the Loyalty Islands, which is on the west and east coast of Australia, respectively. Giant whirlpools, earthquakes happen where there's no fault lines. That's crazy on its own.
So
Yeah.
So something just hit me.
Go ahead.
That has
I
to do-
saw the twinkle in your eye.
It has to do with Call of Cthulhu. And like my mind just got fucking blown because I've read the whole story of Massive Nyarlathotep.
Mm-hmm.
You guys literally just outlining where the vile vortices are like blew my fucking mind in regards to the story.
Oh, just wait until my last point on this whole thing.
Fuck. Okay.
And then, so I said, yeah, you got Loyalty Islands and the Wharton Basin, both in Australia.
Mm-hmm.
They have all these crazy, like, disturbances, whirlpools, earthquakes that shouldn't be happening because there's no fucking tectonic plates on the east and west coast. But they say there's a new fault line being created there. Either way.
Okay.
But then the 11th and 12th is the North and the South Pole.
All right. So Santa lives in a vile vortice with elves?
Yep.
Well, Santa is one of the most Lovecraftian monsters I've ever fucking heard of. Who
He's a
else
cosmic
slithers
being.
down your chimney at night to leave you things like and eat your food? Like it's
Yeah, what a bum.
what?
Krampus. But that being said, now that you guys know all of the vortices, this goes back to the Atlantis topic.
Yeah.
So like I've said, they say it's in the Bermuda Triangle.
Right.
But I'm curious as to what Mike thinks about it first before I say mine.
Same, because we both know how he feels about the Atlanteans.
Mm-hmm.
So let's fucking hear it, Mike.
Oh, no, it's just there's lots of stories of Atlantis.
Well, you know,
being
like
Who are those people that you hate so much?
Yeah,
the
Lemurians.
I mean, I don't hate Lemurians. It's just They're just a dirty race of scum people.
But no, like we're saying, fuck you.
Atlantis is by California because it's going to uprise and it's going to destroy the entire California coastline.
So you think it's by California?
Yes.
Why do you think it's not by within the Bermuda Triangle?
There's a bunch of articles on. I forgot the fucking website already.
That's fine.
What is it? PPOP. It's like the Plebonian Biblioteca or something like that. I don't fucking remember. But there's it's just about California and how that's where the ancient civilization actually went down to the water. Obviously, Atlantis was this like very high tech, futuristic city that took on water and just fucking.
Apparently, their fire crystals couldn't.
Yeah, they couldn't handle it. But
Couldn't
they're
tame
off
the forces of nature.
They're off the coast of California. They're going to rise up and destroy Hollywood and burn it to the ground.
But not in the Bermuda Triangle.
No.
So
Bermuda Triangle's in Florida.
So okay, I think this is a good time as any to like move on to our conclusions about what we might think is going on.
Sure.
Unless we have more.
Nope.
I have one last thing I wanted to talk about.
Let's do it.
So, in lieu of what Mike was talking about as far as Atlantis goes,
I
have a better feeling that as opposed to it being Atlantis, as you would know it as,
would you say that the region you're talking about might start with R?
yes.
And have an apostrophe right after that?
Oh, yeah. What we know as Atlantis is actually where the great old one Cthulhu is resting in the great sunken city of Ruli.
Mm-hmm.
I have the exact coordinates in front of me, but you guys don't need to know that.
You need to tell me all this shit's happening because of
read
the
'em off.
Squid Man?
It's 47 degrees 9. It's 47.9 degrees south. I don't know.
We're not.
47 degrees 9 feet south. I don't know how to read
We're not
it.
nautical people.
I don't know how to read.
Okay, either way, so we have the coordinates for where Cthulhu might be resting in his fucking dead city of Rulia.
But this is in the South Pacific Ocean.
Right. Well, I mean, you and I both know that the Atlantean Necronomicon and the actual Necronomicon are both subject of determination, I guess, because they might be derived from the same text.
Correct.
Which would prove that Atlantis and Rulia are the same fucking place.
Exactly, because the theory says that Cthulhu came down to get the crystals that basically powered Atlantis. So when he came down to Atlantis, he basically wiped out the whole, the whole population of Atlantis.
And sunk it, maybe?
And sunk it, and then now it has become Ruli, where he slumbers, and we get the whole, cult that me and Jason are in. So, but that being said, it's pretty great. It's a pretty good
That's
topic.
probably the most probable explanation of all.
That's the absolute most probable explanation of all of this.
What do you think?
It all comes back to fucking the Lovecraftian.
What do you think causes all the problems in the
timeline.
Bermuda Triangle? It's probably just like methane gas. No,
It's Cthulhu.
it's fucking Squid Man down there, just fucking
His tentacle beard
Yeah.
just fucking
causing
people
a
up.
ruckus.
Squidward.
It's Squidward. He's down there.
Do you guys want to hear something really funny about octopuses and Squidward? So, the octopus tends to have its genitalia located near the center of its face, and it tends to be way more pronounced than any other feature on its face.
SpongeBob.
Have you seen a picture of Squidward lately?
With his penis nose?
Yeah, his nose is the octopus's penis,
Hell yeah.
and he talks through it.
Well, that has been the Bermuda Triangle / vile vortices.
No, not this is just Bermuda. If we're doing an actual episode of Vile Vortices, you guys will know about it because we're going to touch on like the Matlock Triangle, the Michigan Triangle, the fucking
the Matlock Triangle.
also the Matlock Triangle.
The Matlock Triangle. The Saved by the Bell Triangle.
Yeah.
The MASH Triangle.
Well, fuck, Doug. Do you have anything you want to say to these fine people who have been listening to us droll on and on about shit we like for the last hour and 13 minutes?
No, I'm over it.
Oh, okay, cool. Mike, how about you?
I would like to go out on a limb and just request that all of you, now's the best time because they're ripe. Go outside, pick a pine cone, shove it way up your butt. Way up your butt. They're ripe right now is the good time because they're not too prickly. They're kind of smooth still, so you can shove it up there. And then it blossoms, and you become a pine tree.
This is not what I was. Did you?
Teeth!
There. Okay,
Is
see,
that
I
what
didn't-
you
I
wanted?
didn't hear teeth a single fucking time.
Is that
I'm
what
like,
you wanted from me? I come back for my calcium trip,
Yeah,
and you're
and
like,
there were
no,
no-
say the thing. And I'm
I
like,
thought you would have a fucking buildup, like plaque of
Hey,
fucking
32.
tooth bullshit. Why are you mentioning 32 all the time?
It popped up again.
Yes, it's going to do that every minute.
Yeah.
Every 1 minute, it will do that.
You're not crazy. I would also like to request everyone goes to our Linktree, linktree.com/DeludedPod. You can also look us up everywhere under either Don't Look Under the Internet or DeludedPod.
Mm-hmm.
We are on every social media, but the easiest way to find all those social medias is through the Linktree. You can
Linktree.
also find our Patreon there.
Patreon.com
If you think
/DeludedPod.
if you think we're worth it, you want to chuck in $2, you know.
Oh, perfect timing. Yes, please do. And right now is a super exciting time for you to actually subscribe to our Patreon because we are super fucking excited about an idea that we have. And we want to share it with all of you. And we have decided that once we hit 20 patrons on Patreon, we will be releasing to the world a real play. It's kind of like a hybrid. It's like world building plus RPG, right?
It's like if we were to do a Let's Play of D&D, but we gave you the behind-the-scenes of the world-building, character-building process.
Well, and character.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
So, like, you guys are going to help us be a part of the world building process for a, honestly, let's just say a tabletop RPG, because honestly, it's not 100% nailed down that it's D&D. It's probably going to be D&D just because it's easy.
It could be a couple different things
Yeah.
currently.
Gaslands is another one that I'd like to explore, but let's.
And if you
either way.
think I'm stupid now, wait till you discover a character that I have creative control over
yeah.
in a fantasy world.
Yeah, I have experience with that, and
I made a game show host once.
You did.
You
Who
sucked.
disappeared into a hat.
It was great.
and got yelled at by children.
It was great.
Constantly.
Anyway,
But no, yeah,
We're going to have a special guest as well on
Yes,
the podcast.
very
Oh my
we're
God,
really
yes.
excited about. We're hoping that, maybe once we get to the 20 Patreon followers, we'll release this content, and then, we have so much content that's in the works, like we're
SCP. We've got fucking cryptids. We've got like the Cthulhu shit. Like we have so many fucking ideas, and we are just now getting back to like programming as normal. We have some adjustments to do, but please visit us, all of our social medias. Email us at deludedpod@gmail.com. We have a phone number.
we
as
have
well.
a phone number.
And
it's
we,
911.
Yeah, that's it. That's the whole fucking phone number. No, we have a phone number, but we have some messages to read. Do you guys have the email versions, and are the email versions better than the text?
Not
Like to
quite
read
this time.
Because I can't read this at all.
Yeah, someone likes to send us some fucking ciphers.
I mean,
bullshit.
it's a scary story. I think it starts with one night when I was maybe 0 through 10 to 12. Okay, I'm gonna try and read this right now. You guys good?
You could attempt it, sure.
One night when was maybe 10, 12, had trouble falling asleep. My
You're crushing it, my guy.
I think I may be able to
Bed
do this better than you.
was top floor of house
I'm gonna go ahead and
with B
pass
and
this one over to
such
Doug.
being on.
Yep. I can read it on mine.
Really?
Mhm.
Okay. But forget everything I just said.
One night, when I was maybe 10, 12, I had trouble falling asleep. My bedroom was the entire top floor of our house, with my bed and such being on the left side, and storage closets and a play area being on the right.
Okay, I don't think I'm gonna fucking dramatize this.
I don't. That's fair. I was laying in bed when I heard a noise from the other side of the room and see a rocking horse begin to rock. It was sitting just outside of the storage closet doors. It proceeded to rock its sprockets halfway across the room and stopped dead under the ceiling light. At this point, I was freaking out and just buried my head under my blankets and never peeked out again until the morning. It was all...
Whoever you are that senses us, turn the glitch text down like 2%.
We do love the fucking glitch text. We do, but we can't read it.
Okay, here we go. I'm back on track. It was all confirmed not to be a dream, as the rocking horse was still in the middle of my room when I woke up. Furthermore, I got a stern reprimand from my parents for being up and out of bed and playing with my toys, well past my bedtime. The bedroom was directly below the storage closet's play area and had heard the creaking of the rocking horse shuffling across the room. The end.
Oh,
Whoa.
spooky, scary. We also have other texts that are just a bunch of Russian.
A bunch of Cyrillic fucking, you guys heard how bad I was bitching about the Cyrillic on the Russian sleep
experiment.
Russian.
It's like just, orthon.
It's a lot of orthon.
It's pretty awesome, if you ask me.
It's a lot of repetitive. I honestly, the cult of orthon might be a thing that's happening.
Yeah, I'm in it.
We have some members on Patreon that are looking to upgrade, and we are coming out with several new tiers. As soon as we record the content, they will be available.
Woo!
We've had some hiccups in the road, but like we've said over and over and over again, we have so much content that we want to put out for you guys. We've got an SCP fucking string of content coming out. We've got cryptids coming out. We've got fucking Cthulhu coming out. We have D&D coming out. We have an audio drama coming. In the next couple of months, we have a fuckload of content coming out. So if you guys are getting in now, especially with the Patreon, because there's going to be a lot of Patreon exclusive stuff just for the sheer amount of content, you guys are getting in at the right time, because all that will happen right now is that you'll be upgraded. It's the perfect time to get in. So if you guys support what we're doing, you like what we're doing, we do not require any kind of payment whatsoever. Your patronage to just listening to us is all we fucking need to get through the day. But if you decide that we are doing an exceptional job, please visit us at our Patreon, support us. We promise you will not be disappointed, aside from the very latest episode that came out on the bonus reel.
Yeah, we don't
because that is not our fault.
We were drunk.
People demanded it, and when the people demand, you give the people what they want, and I'm so sorry.
Me too.
It's not good.
I can thank you real quick to Nicole, because she bought us all beer.
Oh, yes. Everybody.
Yep.
Actually, yeah, we're doing this fucking on air. So everyone,
this beer
clink.
that I'm drinking, thank
Everyone
you,
cheers.
is from her.
So Nicole, thank you so much.
You've been a huge.
You've been a huge part of our whole fucking development. You've helped us get to where we are. Thank you for buying us beers for tonight. So here's to you. Here's to me.
Click against your mic with me on 3. 1, 2, 3. There we go. That's for you guys. Anyway,
Doug's just jerking
now's a good
off.
time to wrap it up. So
Yeah. So I mean,
fuck off, everyone.
love the bird scooter.
That was really out of context what Jason just said. I'm not just over here jerking off.
Bye.
No.
Goodbye.
No.
Goodbye.
We have
big
other
friend
shit to
of
say.
mine.
I
What?
haven't told people to slap their peens together.
Do it. Quick. Right now. Go.
Everyone, best idea ever. This is gonna work out so well for the audio of this episode. So when I say 3, we're all gonna sign off at the same fucking time. Everyone ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Slap your beans
paranoid.
and slap your
to
peens.
tickle my anus.
Is that how we're gonna do this? 'Cause
We're here now.